Hello, guys. We're back for more turkey talk. I'm so excited.
Me too.
And today we're going to talk about something that you may not get doubly excited for at first, but it has to be on the table, right, Kay?
Vegetable.
And a vegetable. We need a vegetable. No. We have to. It's like an obligation. It's like inviting that one person that maybe has slightly skewed political views, but you know, they're still family, so you have to invite them.
Not all of them.
This is true.
Not my damn Thanksgiving. Like,
not on my damn table, damn.
That's right. So it's something that, you know, you need something a little fresh, even though I'm going to teach y'all a vegetable that's not that great for you, but it's freaking delicious.
Right. Like, let's make vegetables good again. Like, let's bring them back. Let's make vegetables great again.
Okay. No.
Let's
not even come near that slogan. Okay.
First, I got Laura Bush's cornbread dressing, and now I'm talking about
right. So let's not even go near these slogans, please. Okay, you're better than this. All right. So So here's the thing. It's something that's always there with us. Always. Vegetables.
Yes.
But they're going to be a little bit more exciting because it is Thanksgiving. So even your vegetables are going to be a bit decadent.
Right. They have to be.
And they're going to be really good. And I know that vegetables tend to be an afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
And I firmly believe, Mariela, that vegetables being an afterthought is why we have the disgusting green bean casserole.
Oh my God.
Shit's fucking gross.
Yo, I get emails from Bon Appetit magazine, and they had this header that said, the best green bean casserole. I'm like, bullshit.
Let me tell you about that recipe. It's a fucking lie. Anybody who tells you that green bean casserole recipe is delicious
is a liar.
Lying to you.
You can't put lipstick on that pig. It's fucked.
No, you can't gild that lily.
Look who's using the terminology.
I'm trying to gild the lilies out there, so...
Yeah, it fucking sucks. It's mushy and it's bullshit. And then people try to make a gourmet by roasting green beans and adding fucking mushrooms to it. I'm sorry. It is bullshit. It tastes like crap. And no matter what you do to it, it will taste like shit.
Yeah. It sucks. So we're not having that on my table.
Forget about that. Unless somebody brings it and you're like, oh, okay, we'll have it later. And then you put it away because it's bullshit.
Let me tell you something. Whoever brings that, don't fucking invite them next year.
I mean, maybe they don't know how to cook, you know?
But you know what? They can buy the bread.
They can buy the bread or the wine.
They can bring the drinks.
Yeah. Just don't accept it. You're better than that FoodFAQer, okay? We got your back.
The Sara Lee pecan pie, even though we're going to teach them how to make a great pecan pie eventually. Yum. But so easy. But, you know, come on, people like that, they don't deserve to be at your table. They go to the kid table.
Holy shit. All right. Well, listen, we're having a very irritated Keeter here today.
We are, guys. I'm so sorry.
But you're going to start us off with your world famous Brussels sprouts.
Okay. So, yeah, tell me what.
I saw a video that I sent you. Did you see it? And it said the guy said that.
Oh, yeah.
That Brussels sprouts did in fact taste like shit when we were younger.
Yeah.
And
I saw that video.
Yeah. The bitterness has been like bred out of it. And that's why it tastes better now. I don't know if that's true or not because I saw it on the internet and God knows.
Right. I kind of want to research that, but.
FYI, go for it.
So. And actually as a kid, I loved Brussels sprouts.
I never ate them because I'm Cuban.
Okay. So my Cuban mother used to make them for me, and I love my mother, but now as an adult, I realized they were fucking disgusting the way that they were made. No offense, Mom. No, yeah, basically they were boiled, Yeah. No offense, Mom. So this is what we're going to do. We do love you. So we're going to take our Brussels sprouts, fresh Brussels sprouts, which this time of the year, they're in every grocery store.
Abundant.
So you're going to get an abundance. So you're going to get a fresh Brussels sprout. So here's the thing with Brussels sprouts. You got a little trimming. Yeah. And when you trim the stem of the Brussels sprout, you don't trim it up to the body of the vegetable. You just trim off a little sliver of that stem. Reason being is because it still holds the sprout together. Okay. So you don't want to cut the whole stem off. You just trim a little sliver off of the stem.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I like to get my Brussels sprouts and then unfurl the outside a little bit and then sprinkle those over top so they get super, super crispy when I make them. Do you do
those? Do get super crispy, and it is really good when that happens.
All right, I'll shut up. Go.
It is good, but this is This is not your recipe, Mariela.
I know. I'm sorry. I really like that part.
Okay. So go gild your lily over there.
Oh,
so we're going to cut the Brussels sprouts in half long ways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After you're done with all of that, great. You're going to take your pan and you're going to fry yourself up like 5 strips of bacon, 6 strips of bacon. Depends how many Brussels sprouts you're cooking. So 6 strips of bacon. You're going to let it get kind of crispy. Cause here's the thing. That fat that it renders, I need a lot of that fat. So once we're done, you're going to take those 5, 6 now crispy pieces of bacon out and you're going to lay your Brussels sprouts on this hot pan with that delicious bacon fat flat side down. And you're going to go to about a medium heat and you're going to let those things cook. And you want it to get crispy. So they're going to char on that side and that's okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go right ahead.
What's the heat on that? Medium?
Medium. I would do it on a medium heat because you don't want to get too fast because the thing is you want to make sure we cook the Brussels sprout.
Do you cover it?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and cover it. Now, this also depends on the size of your Brussels sprout. If there's smaller ones, it's going to cook quicker. Mm-hmm. So when that's done, after it's all done, you're going to go ahead and you're just going to start flipping them over. Okay. So now we're just going to cook a little bit on the curved side of the Brussels sprout. And you're going to flip them over and it's just going to be really delicious and good. And you'll see how charred and wonderful they are. And then while that's all happening, you're going to take those bacon pieces and you're going to chop them up into fine little crumbles. And then what you're going to do is right before you take them out of the pan, you were going to hit those Brussels sprouts with about a good 3 or 4 squirts of honey and just start mixing around. Now, if you don't like honey, you can also use maple syrup. Mm-hmm. I find the maple syrup to be a little bit too sweet. I find the honey just to be a little bit better. Okay. And then you're going to go ahead and in a hot pan, you're going to keep stirring a little bit with that honey and that bacon fat and those charred Brussels sprouts. And that honey's going to start caramelizing on there. And it's going to be delicious. Only let that honey be on there with the Brussels sprouts in the pan for maybe about a minute. Doesn't need to be any longer. And then you're going to take it out, put it on your serving dish and all those crumbled bacons, throw it on top.
You almost said jizz.
I actually did not. I don't know where your mind is.
Go ahead.
And I really hope for our viewers' sake that you seek counsel. So you put it on your serving dish and you go ahead and put those chopped up bacon pieces right on top of it. I swear to God, you will never look at a Brussels sprout
that sounds so
the
good.
Same way again.
I've never made this way before. I would never roast it.
Oh my God.
You know what I want to do to it almost? I also want to chop up like candied pecans and like put them on
That'd be great. Absolutely. Yep.
Oh, that sounds good.
Candied pecans will be great on it.
Feta? You think feta?
I think you can put feta on it. It would cut some of the sweetness. I would maybe use a goat cheese. I would maybe use a softer cheese. Feta has a very astringent flavor. And I think you have a lot of crazy flavors going on with the bacon, the honey. I would maybe use a goat cheese. I think a soft goat cheese, that should be really good. And I think also the softness of the cheese and like the firmness of the Brussels sprout. I think those two textures. So I think absolutely try a goat. I mean, if feta is your thing, do feta, but I think goat cheese would be really good. You can get like goat cheese crumbles. It'll be really good. Actually, you know, it'd be really good at Lidl. I saw it at Lidl the other day. They already have goat cheese and crumbles like everywhere else, but they had goat cheese and crumbles and the goat cheese was mixed with lemon zest. Ooh. And you could put some of that on there. That might break up some of the sweetness and break up some of the oil from the bacon. And you could put that on there. Don't use salt because you have the bacon in there and that has a lot of salt in there and you get a lot of that salt flavor in there. You could play with the bacon. I do not like to use like a maple bacon on this. I don't like to do that. But if you just want to get just like a nice smoky, crisp, nice smoky bacon, use maybe a little bit of a thicker cut because like I said, you do want that fat rendered out. And it is so good, Mariela.
This sounds phenomenal. Like I almost just want to make it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because
it's easy. It's quick.
Yeah.
It's going to take you all. The longest thing of this entire meal is cutting up the Brussels sprouts.
Maybe not. Yeah. That is kind of a pain in the ass, isn't it?
Yep.
It's the one thing about Brussels sprouts. They do require a little bit of like loving care at the beginning, the front
end. It's prep work. Yep.
Yeah. But it's worth it. You know, there are a delicious vegetable that people will actually enjoy and not just put on the plate and push around. Because that's what happens with that green bean casserole shit. People just push it.
It just fucking stays there.
Yeah, nobody wants to eat that, but somebody will want to eat these little sweet bombs of bacon flavor. Who doesn't want that? Sounds
I love it.
So good. Okay, I think I'm gonna actually make that next week for dinner because I'm very excited about it, and I think just with like a regular piece of chicken, people will be
absolutely like a roasted chicken.
Yummy. Oh man, I can't wait to talk about protein. I'm excited this year about the protein. Okay, so we're also gonna talk about. I want to talk about glazed carrots really quick because they're kind of along the same vein, and I make these for dinner often, and I have figured this tiny hack that I think would be helpful when you're busy cooking in the kitchen all day long. This is what I do. I get baby carrots because they're already ready. I rinse them off. I dry them. And then I will put them. Well, actually, you don't have to dry them. You could just rinse them off. Put them in a bowl and cover it with saran wrap and microwave it. I steam the carrots first.
Okay.
Then I fish them out and I will start a pan with some olive oil and butter. And I will put the steamed carrots on there so they can start to get a little bit of char on them.
Right.
Or I will do that on a baking sheet and put it in the oven if I'm busy. But since, oven space is like high yield realty.
It is. Yep.
So you don't have access to it. So you can make it in a pan and get the nice little color on there. And then towards the end, you add a big fat drizzle of honey and some chopped dill or even dry dill is fine. Salt. And then mix it all there until it all gets nice and bubbly and delicious. And then you have glazed carrots. How do you make yours?
So same exact process. The only thing I do different is when I mix it with the honey, I love to put some just some ginger in there. Oh
yeah, that's right. Ginger.
I love ginger with the honey.
So good.
It is really good. It's really kind of zesty, refreshing, and sweet. That's another really fast vegetable side dish, by the way. Yeah. I like the fact that you're steaming it in the microwave to make it quick. Because you are right. The oven is like space that you absolutely need to make turkey or ham, whatever you're making, but it's also there to keep food warm while you're waiting for guests to arrive. And so I do like that you steam it in the microwave. I think that's great. But I do it with ginger.
I love the ginger. And you know what I love? Okay, so I used to have like a knob of ginger in my freezer that I would have covered in aluminum foil or whatever, and then I would grate it. But recently I've been buying the little portioned packages of ginger that come frozen. And man, like you could literally add ginger to anything anytime you want now. There's no excuse.
Ginger's a really good, like kind of spicy
I love it.
Root?
Additive? Yeah, it's a root, I believe.
It's root.
It's delicious.
And it's great. So
and you can add it to literally anything.
Yeah.
All right. So that's number 2. Okay. And these are fast. I think they're just getting faster. And the next one is going to require a little bit of oven space because we're talking about roasting vegetables, but not just any vegetables, Keeter. What are we roasting, Big Daddy? No, you tell me.
Oh, so I love to roast sweet potatoes.
Me too.
Sweet potatoes are great to roast.
Skin on or off?
So I'm a skin on potato person.
Even with sweet potatoes?
Even with a sweet potato. I'm a skin on potato person. I love skin on. I won't fault you for taking the skin off, in all honesty. I won't. I know it's not for everybody. So I love sweet potatoes. I love parsnips.
Me too. They're so spicy.
They're so delicious.
I love them. And you can find them now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can, when I roast vegetables, I like to put like big chunks of onions. I love roasted onions.
Man, isn't that the best part?
Yeah. I love like big
humble onion.
Just like quarter the onions, like just make them big, thick pieces, make big, thick pieces. I like to throw in there. I do like roasted beets. It doesn't really go with this one that I'm going with. But I do like roasted beets. But
they are delicious.
They are delicious. Butternut squash, I love to roast also. Buy it pre-chopped.
Yeah, don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time. I know Mariela is like the queen of nothing fucking pre-chopped or anything like that.
Yes.
This, buy it pre-chopped because of butternut squash, you will chop your fucking finger off.
Yeah, it's a bitch. It really is. It's not worth your time.
So I love just hearty root vegetables. So stick with potatoes, parsnips, big chunks of carrots, big chunks of onions, nice cubes of butternut squash, put some olive oil on it, roll it around the olive oil, salt, pepper. Keep the theme going of what you're seasoning with. If you seasoned your stuffing with sage and thyme, season this with sage and thyme. If, things like that. You don't have to go buy a lot of seasonings. Just do what you have in home. Roasted vegetables have a flavor of their own.
Right.
So they don't need a lot of seasoning to it. Don't mask the seasoning of the vegetable.
That's
and
well
these are
said.
really good vegetables. Who doesn't love a fucking sweet potato roasted? I'll keep them the same size because we are roasting it. So try to keep it the same size. Throw it in a 400-degree oven, hot, 450.
If you can, yeah.
Degree oven for about 25, 30, 35 minutes. It depends. You really just have to look at it. And when you see it kind of getting a little char on the outside and they're soft to the touch, you've got it.
Yeah. And you know what? Also is a good time for you to, if you want to roast some garlic to put in your mashed potatoes, which we haven't talked about potatoes yet, but if you are so inclined, this is a good time to get a head of garlic and just chop off the tips a little bit so you can expose it and then put it in some aluminum foil with some salt and olive oil, wrap it up and throw it into your same cookie sheet when you're roasting your vegetables, and you can save yourself some time there too. And you can also, right? And then you can also get that if you want to throw into the melange of like all your vegetables as well. And it'll be super sweet and delicious. I love this idea. And I know it's not uncommon, right? People make roasted vegetables all the time. Ina's been doing it for centuries. But if you try different vegetables, like we're talking about, try a parsnip, see how you feel about it. Your guests will be wowed because it'll look pretty on the table too, Right. And you know what else you could do, Keter? I think that would be kind of cool. Is like you can present all of the roasted vegetables and maybe you can present with it like a tahini little drizzle on the side. Yeah, and then you can do like a little honey butter, like melted on the side. And then your guests can pick like their poison, right? However they want, choose their own adventure flavor.
I know. And hear me out on this one. Just because of the vegetables that we're using, like a brown sugar butter.
I mean, you know me. I'll slather myself in brown sugar and nobody has to ask me. And butter.
Right. And butter, but a brown sugar butter to put on there too. Cause these are really hearty. The vegetables I mentioned are very hearty vegetables,
They can take it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, cause even they're vegetables are good for us, but it is Thanksgiving. So it's okay to have decadent veggies at your table.
Yeah. Have the stuff you don't have. Like this is the time of year to really like balls to the wall, like do it. Have all the things because this is it. This is the time, you guys. And before
this is the time you're gilding a lily. You're
gilding all the lilies. And before you know it, they'll be selling fucking half-pound weights at Target and everybody's working out again. Or so.
Right. Enjoy the meal. That's what's important. Enjoy the meal. Even
the vegetables can be delicious, but they don't have to be stuck to casseroles and whatever your grandmother made. Your grandmother was wrong about some things, and this was one of them.
A lot. But, and I think something, Mari, is don't be scared to cook too much because we also have some great ideas after Thanksgiving, what to do with everything.
Yes.
It's not going to go to waste. So
not the vegetables.
Yeah. We actually got a lot of crap to do with vegetables. So
not crap. We have recipes.
Yeah, recipes. I mean, there was a vegetable episode we once upon a time did.
It was so good. And you guys should go back and you should really listen to the summer vegetables. It was so good. We made ratatouille and it was delicious.
It was very good. It really was.
You guys didn't think so because
our food FAQers want like alcohol and fats. That's what they're in line for.
Maybe for the new year. Okay. You guys can...
Every episode we do, it's like, y'all just love it when it's just like, alcohol and fat. They're like, what? Let me listen to this twice.
Yeah. And we love you for it because we like it too. So here you go. Here's your fatty vegetables, y'all. Enjoy this table full of delicious vegetables.
Try those Brussels sprouts.
All right, you guys, we're not done. There's so much left to do and to talk about to get ready for the Food Olympics. And we're not going to let you down.
Nope. It's delicious.
We have so many good ideas and we cannot wait for you to feed your people and be like, I heard it on Food FAQ, baby.
Right. You could tell everybody that. I know it's really corny, Mari, but also let's just take a moment, like when we're cooking and enjoying our family and loved ones, just like what we're thankful for and grateful for. There's a lot of freaking craziness going on in this world.
Yeah.
And we are safe in our homes and enjoying the days. So I think that's just something, period, to be grateful for. Most of us are. Exactly. You know,
for those of us, we get listeners from all over the world. And for those of us that are not home, toasty and safe, our hearts go out to you, and we're thinking of you too.
We are. So,
okay.
I hope everybody has a great week. We got more stuff coming.
All right, you guys, put on your fat pants because we're coming for you.
Fat pants. Bye.
Bye, guys.